Hi there, and welcome to episode 7 of my Krastorio and space exploration playthrough series. I'm Icon, and I did a lot of things between this and the last episode. So while I was not only busy with patching up those miners, I also felt like we already built one smelter column, so why should I build another? And therefore I was like, we could just finish those things, and then I went ahead of myself, and yeah. It ended up with a complete copper smelting column and a complete iron smelting column. I also completed the generator network here, now sporting 20 boilers and 40 steam engines, if I'm not mistaken here. Wait a sec. These things do eat up 200 water, and yeah, I remember those pumps were more effective than the vanilla ones. Like, I could even patch up a few more steam engines here, but whatever, that's not even the point. So I installed a lot more energy. I set up a lot of miners here. This patch is now fully claimed for the smelter column. This here is fully claimed for the smelter column. And the next few steps necessary are optimizing my fuel network, because this won't be lasting for a longer time, and setting up stone economics and such things. And because we really start to enter the Krastorio content and the new content and the modded content, I was like, that's a good spot to re-enter the game, because I felt like I didn't want to bore you guys with yet another smelter column. I do like to do at least one episode of smelter columns for my Factorio series, but after that it's just always the same. So in the meantime, I also researched the warehouse and container technology, and what I want to do today is set up a small steel loop, because I want to create a few warehouses to set up a mineral hub, because when I was scanning this area, I realized that my ores are really widespread. Like, I got the biggest iron deposit I found was like here, and a smaller one showed up here, but these are really far away from my starting area. So my plan is to create a storage hub where I will bring in all those ores to refine them later and distribute them back into the smelters. But to do this, I'll need warehouses. And warehouses are really, really powerful storage things. And since Krastorio features loaders, buffering items is not as bad as it is with many other mods. Okay, enough of that. Let's finally get started. To create these things, we need to create wood. And to create wood, I will need to create greenhouses. And to create greenhouses, I will need to create glass. And to create glass, I will need to create sand. And it's crusher time. So, and it was also a little bit of family time, so I do hope you guys don't mind. So we'll now set up some mining ops for the stone. And since I already figured that I will create copper and iron on this venue, I feel like, well, I would really like to produce my stone in a similar area. So I'd say we're going to create bricks and glass here for now. Ooh, I want some icon for that here. Just for now. I don't know if that's going to be a long-term candidate or not, but well, let's pretend it will be. So now the miners I was waiting for are finally done. So let's get started. Because to create steel in larger amounts, I'll need coke, and I won't be able to create coke without my own wood production. And that's why I want to kickstart that wood production a little bit now. We can use wood for several other things later down the road, but for now, I just I just want to produce a few units of glass to produce a few greenhouses. I don't want to go into a larger scale production here. I consider this now as part of my starter base. I'm not fully beyond the starter base phase yet, but well, I don't want to patch in these materials into my starter base. Like, no, I don't want to. We're going to create little production areas maybe here between the episodes. Let's see. I just don't want to create or take the effort to funnel extra resources into this area, because the resources will rather be funneled into this brave new world over here. But I'm still a bit further away from that. Okay, so finally, enough of the talk. Let's do the crusher. The crusher is a pretty simple fellow. You just put in stone and he puts out sand. That's all the crusher does. I don't know, he needs 4 inserters for the output and 9 inserters for the 4 for the input and 9 for the output. So since I have no fast inserters, well, I can't really change anything about that. But well, for now I'll just take that inserter parade and don't care too much about that, you know. So let's do this. I think I'm going to configure them like that. Shift L does the trick, in case you didn't know, but I got this trick from my audience, so I guess most in my audience do know. But well, I'm out of copper, so let's run down and grab a few plates. So I stopped researching between the episodes, so let's see if there's any tech I want to pick up in between. So fluid chemistry will be important later, but for now not really. Let's research those sentinels. They are not important at all, but well. Also, let's input a few stacks of wood in here to keep the science flowing. And pack up a few pieces of inserter. Okay. So now, after these things have been all set up, I want to bring up a few smelters. So, since I already packed up a really decent fuel economy down there, like, well, like this, I just want to go over there and just claim some of those for my new project, because that's gonna be the easiest way. Let's write the belt. And this stone deposit here is huge. Like, I really got to work around it to decimate it somehow. But in the long term, I want to put all these materials into warehouses and redistribute them into the smelters. I really like to do that because Krastorio does the trick real neat. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I do want to do it a little bit differently here. So, sand. Beam output to this direction, and now let's empty that. Now, oh gosh, I did it on the wrong side. No, gosh. Okay, I'll be getting there, promise. So. This way we're going to fuse those belts, in case you're wondering what my fumbling attempts here had to mean. Alright, so now let's create a few more of those. And create a few... Oops, that was not my intention. So there we go. That's glass. And that's gonna be all the glass I'll be producing for now. Because later I will need way more than that. But that's later, not now. Oh, why am I doing this like that? Here. That's later, not now. Now I'm just happy with that output because this will bring me all the stuff I need to create my greenhouses. Alright, there we go. Just a small storage, and let's see, what do we need for a greenhouse? Here. Glass and wood. It needs 20 glass per production, so let's start with depositing the sand away in my pocket and grabbing some more wood. But luckily, I'm now fully armed with both nanobot swords, and now I'll just drop a little deconstruction order here, and magic. I love that. Like, seriously. Nanobots are one of my favorite early game mods in the game. There we go. And just like that, the job's done. Alright, so this will bring up all the stuff I need, and I don't have a clue how much output those greenhouses actually can muster. So my basic plan is very, very simple. I just want to produce some coke and some steel, and out of that I want to create a small loop to produce warehouses from. That's all we want to do. Right now, well, a warehouse, 164 steel plates is a lot for this phase of the game, but I'm gonna get there. And setting up the storage hub early does have so many benefits. We're going to understand that later. So there's a recipe which sports sand instead of water. Interesting, but not interested. Wait a sec. 800 units of water. Those recipes got changed. Last time I played Krastorio, that was different. So that needs only... no, I was misreading that. It's 6.6 units of water per second. So, well... That's gonna be... I can create a lot of greenhouses with just one water pump. That's... I was just calculating it in my head. So we're going to set up a small operation again. Just like I mentioned before, I don't want to over-exaggerate it, because for the setup of a really bigger wooden production or wood production lane, I will need way higher investments. This is just to support that little coke factory. Okay, let's see. I guess I'll take that water from here. And since I have 250 units of water left in that operation here, because I only used 2,000 of those, 1,000 of those, or do I? 400 it says here. Can it be that these things are way more effective than the vanilla ones? Whatever, but there's the only thing I know for sure is that I do have plenty of excess water to work with. So let's do this. I'm gonna pipe over some water closer to my iron production here, because I want to produce the wood as close as possible to my smelters here. So let's put it up here. This is a decent spot for small scale ops of a few those. So let's check. Is this recipe's? It's even faster. So I think it would be beneficial to use the recipe with sand. I mean, most of the time you never use your stone supplies to the full extent anyways. Like in my most playthroughs, stone, at some point I don't really use stone too much because, okay, I should use more paving, I know, but apart from that I really feel like there are materials which you are, well, you rely on some materials more than on stone in the later phases of the game. Let's put it into these words. Okay. Well, no. I think the output direction should be downwards, not upwards. There we go. And the next stop, a few more pipes. Because we're completely out of those now. So let's see, 6 of those should be outputting 1 unit of wood per second if I didn't miscalculate that. Let's check this out. Yeah, and it's 40 units of water per second. That should be no problem whatsoever. Okay, let's create a few more basic pipes to work with. And let's connect those guys. So I want to stay with the backside connection here. I like that. Alright, there we go. So for the production of coke, I will also need coal. Therefore, well, splitting off coal from here would be the easiest way. Yeah, let's do that. I have a good idea for that anyways. Because I felt like I didn't want to fuel my power plant with this small scale production anyways, so my plan was to relocate the fuel production of this power plant like this. And therefore this little facility here can be shut down anyways. So this will solve all my problems, because now I will have wait a sec, I can't do this here because this would be bad for... So I can use this little operation here for my little steel project. Okay, so now I got coal and oh, there we go. And yet another direction change. I just realized how good it would be to just merge those here. Like coal and wood on one supply and at the same time. But I should be powering up those guys because as I've seen before, the production of 1 unit of wood takes quite some time. So, well, ideally it would look like something like this, I guess. Or wait a sec. Let's see. No, not like this. Well, I guess I could tweak that. Oh my god. The OCD is so strong in me right now. But it does look quite neat, doesn't it? So... yeah, but I do have a problem with those distances, but whatever. So, now we got those. How many coke furnaces can I sport with that? So, this is too much. And this is a little bit too much. I think I'll roll with that. A little bit too much seems to be exactly the amount I should be able to work with. There we go. And as soon as the first stacks of wood are produced, these bad boys will be outputting their products. Okay, so let's keep going, shall we? I need to fuse this output here into one belt. I haven't done that yet. So I figured we might be just using a splitter here. There we go. Just like that. Okay, now... there's the first pieces of wood production. And now... let's see. How long do these guys take? Oh, forever. Well, not really, but... if you're impatient like me. So, I want to check out how many steel furnaces can I facilitate now with that production. So 1.25 pieces of coke are being consumed, and I can... that's a lot. It's way more than I anticipated. So let's change that to drop near, because that's way more useful for my plans. Because now I'll just split off some and connect those, and this way I got all the stuff I need. Because with this little production chain, the good news is the coke is production material and fuel at the same time, so I won't be needing any extra fuel cells or anything uncomfortable here. So let's see, let's say I'll use 8 of those. Alright, how much production does that give? Yeah, I could use one more, but that's just fine. Alright, so with that steel, I'm going to produce a little mini factory here for those warehouses. Because warehouses are just that awesome. Alright, let's funnel the steel into this direction, because I don't want to grow into this other direction further. So, a few power poles later. Production rolls. Alright, so let's configure them differently. So, the good news about this is the medium container. This is a completely steel-based chain. I don't need to do anything except for steel. The only bad side about it is I really do need a lot of things with that steel. So let's just destroy that forest here real quick. And I need more crafting machines. So, oh, I'm out of everything again. Does that sound familiar? I mean, sure, I could handcraft that stuff too, but I'm not playing Factorio to handcraft things. Okay, so while the assemblers are being produced, I'm going to set up the first few pieces of production chain here. So I will need steel chests as one part of the production chain. So let's set up a few things like that. And I'll need steel beams furthermore. So we're going to do something like that. So, intermediate products, steel beam. And this should be the production for the medium containers. Okay, just like that. And I am running out of power poles again. Great. So the only thing lacking now is another machine for steel beams. So I'll split that off here because it's going to be a lot more effective to do it like that. So here we go. Gonna produce more steel beams directly here and funnel them into this building, which will ultimately produce the warehouses for me. Bang. Just like that. And let's do this. Or what about a simple yet meaningful change? I just noticed that I think it would be cool to actually own a few of those medium storages as well, because maybe I want some of them as well at some point. So let's rather do it like that. Okay. There we go. This is a really long-term production chain, and this will take quite some time until I'm done with just one stack of those. But I felt like setting up this monster here now will save me a lot of pain later, because now I'm just able to just do my thing, wait for those things to be produced, and we just gonna be good. Alright, so let's check it out. Turns out they're suffering from a severe shortage of steel chests. So I don't want to optimize too much here, but if this is such a clearly visible bottleneck here in this facility. Okay, now then, we did it, I guess. So this will produce those warehouses that I want to... What? Already one done? I thought that would be slower. Okay, nice. So, yeah. I'm gonna roll the next episode when I'm finally ready to get into the next steps, which will be, well, what we'll be doing next. So, I guess I will be setting up the hub already, because I got all I need. I got the necessary storages, and I got the plans down, so I will only need to decide where I will drop down the ore refinery, because, well, let's preview that. So ore refining is here. We will need chemical tech cards for that. But enriched iron ore is going to have a higher yield. You just produce more iron plates with less ore. And therefore it is quite beneficial to store all that ore, process it, and lead it towards the smelters. But more of that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, friends. So those warehouses will now be produced in the background. I love it. And yeah, see you guys next time. Drop me a comment down below, leave a like, leave a subscribe. I'd be super happy about any of those. Goodbye.